The room was quiet, her hand resting softly in her lap, her white dress spread out around her like a soft cloud, her eyes staring blankly at nothing. She lifted her head when she heard a familiar voice. Are you still not prepared? Her eyes stared at the figure behind her through the mirror. She was carrying an expressionless face. She spoke looking at the person who was already looking at her. Yun, cause I'm not willing to. Her voice was low, barely audible, carrying an undertone. The person behind her signed it before taking a few steps forward. She placed her hand on Yun's shoulder. Vayan, everyone is waiting for us, Yun. Yun turned back to face Vayan. Yun, this is not what we anticipated. Things are not going the right way. Imagine marrying our business rivals. Vayan, but there is nothing we can change now. Everything is out of our hands. Yun, there is still time left, Vayan. She looked up at Vayan. Vayan sighed again. Vayan, do you want to say that you're against this marriage at this time where everyone else out there are waiting for this special moment? Yun, so you are really just going to do what Dad said and marry him for real? Vayan, if not, are you planning to go to Dad and tell him everything? Yun went quiet for a moment. She shifted her gaze, looking away. Yun, I can't. She paused before continuing. It's not possible at this time. Wan placed her hand on Yun's shoulder once again. Wan, sometimes situations being unimaginable, all we have to do is accept, and being married to them just means living in the same place, under the same roof. Wan said with an expressionless face. She lifted her head, staring at herself in the mirror with a blank face. Wan, we will still lead our work as a businesswoman. Yoon turned to face the mirror again. She glanced at Wan through the mirror before doing a subtle nod. Members stood beside the stage, looking in the direction where the brides, their soon-to-be sister-in-laws, would enter. Each of them had their hands clasped together, some in front of them, some behind their backs, waiting for Wyan and Yoon, while Taehyung and Jungkook stood on the stage, facing straight ahead with blank faces. There was no smile, no excitement, just silence. They didn't even turn to look in the direction. Everything about them looked forced, like they were just standing there because they had no choice. Mr. and Mrs. John, Mrs. Che, and the members' parents stood beside the other side of the stage. Their gaze shifted when Mr. Che walked in front with Wyan and Yoon. Taehyung and Jungkook's gaze shifted as well, but their expression remained same, blank and emotional. They watched as Wyan and Yoon walked towards the stage with Mr. Che. As they reached the stage, Taeyong and Jungkook leaned in front to grab their hands gently. They gave a polite bow at Mr. Che before making Wyan and Yoon climb the stage. Once four of them stood on the stage facing each other, the priest started with the vows. Taeyong and Wyan exchanged a brief look while Jungkook raised his head, looking at Yoon. Taekook, Wan and Yoon gave a small forced smile as the visitors congratulated them with flowers and gifts, one after another. Mr. and Mrs. John and the other family members were in a corner having their chats while drinking wine. The guests were sitting on chairs holding glass filled with wine or juice, including members. Jimin grinned when he noticed Jungkook's blank face. Yoon and Jungkook eventually shot glares at each other while having their quiet argument, while Taeyong and Wyan didn't even bother to talk. They were just greeting the guests with a forced smile or expressionless face. Hosok was holding his phone capturing the moment with photos and videos. While the other members chatted quietly, keeping smiles on their face, Jimin took a slow sip of his wine and turned his gaze towards them. At the moment he noticed Wine and Yoon friend walking over to their group to congratulate them warmly. His eyes eventually fell on Jenny. Jenny, congratulations, guy, she said as she handed the bouquet to Yun, who was having a done face, staring at Jenny. Jenny grinned before shifting her attention to Jungkook. Jenny, hello, brother-in-law. Jungkook raised his eyebrows slightly and let out a soft, annoyed laugh before nodding. A smirk plastered on Jimin's face, seeing Jenny making Jungkook frustrated just like he would do. He stood up from his seat. Hosok, where are you heading? He asked her without looking at him while shooting a video. Jimin, to congratulate them? He spoke before walking away with his wine glass between his fingers. Hosok glanced at the side. His eyes fell on a familiar figure. Hosok, Sophie? Jin Namjoon Yoongi glanced at the direction as well. Jin, isn't she Emma? He spoke as his eyes fell on Emma among the girl group. Yoongi, they are the same woman we met at the party hall. Namjoon, they might be friends of Wine and Yun. Yoongi, where is Jimin going? He questioned as he saw Jimin walking in the direction. Hosok, he said to congratulate them. Namjoon, we know better why he is there. Namjoon did a shrug. Jin to flirt with women. They sip on their wine and juice, watching in the direction. Hosok, let's go and accompany our friends as well. He spoke, getting up from his seat. Yoongi, can't we chill here for a while? Namjoon, leave him here. Namjoon stood up along Hobby and walked behind him. Jin, we are going anyways. They walked away muttering, making Yoongi keep a turned face. He stood from his seat before heading in the direction. Jimin, hello everyone. Jimin said, making everyone's attention shift towards him. Jungkook kept an uninterested face and sipped on his wine. Jenny twitched her eyebrows as her eyes fell on Jimin. Hello there, we met again. He lifted his wine glass looking at Jenny. The rest of the girls glanced between Jenny and Jimin before stealing glances at each other. Jimin, if anyone is wondering, I'm Park Jimin, Jungkook and Taehyung best friend, and meet our members. He pointed his hand behind where members were present. This is Namjoon, Seokjin, Yoongi, Hosok. The members gave a polite smile with a subtle nod. The girls returned the smile. Imma, nice to meet you everyone. I didn't know Jin was also a friend of theirs. Sophie, hello Hosok, we met again. He returned a smile in a reply. Jimin, well, you know us, isn't it time to introduce yourself? He questioned, looking at Jenny with a grin, still holding the wine glass. Emma, sure, I'm Emma. This is Leah, Jenny, Mia, and Sophie. Hope we will get along. Members and girls exchanged small smiles while Taekook and Yun remained the same, expressionless and blank. Jungkook, get along, my foot. Jungkook mumbled to himself, enough for four of them to hear. Yun, not happening. Yun mumbled back, making Jungkook clutch his jaw, and his grip around the wine glass tightened. Taehyung just know how to get on nerves. Bayan just know how to pick a fight. Bayan mumbled back, making Taehyung soft before taking a sip. On the other side, Mr. John, seems like they got their partners as well. Mr. John spoke while sipping on his wine as stared at the direction where members were buried in conversation. Mr. J, I guess so. Mrs. John, they look so good together. Mrs. John spoke, gaining three of their attention. Mrs. J, they have similar personality as well, she said as she noticed the similar gesture among the newly married couple. Mr. John chuckled before turning his head front to face three of them who were standing in a circle. Mr. John, our family are united now, he said with a proud smile as he held the wine glass between his fingers. Mr. J, we have claimed the top spot and we are not giving it up. Mr. John, I'm honored to get such a beautiful and smart woman as my daughter-in-law. Mrs. Shea, we are truly grateful to be welcomed into the Jian family. The honor is all ours. Mrs. Jian chuckles. Oh, we are a family, Mrs. Shea. Let's not thank each other and enjoy the moment. Mrs. Jian, right, let's go and meet the guests.